all season. So, Brandon, Mahomes' Super Bowl 55 performance was blank.
Yeah, I think the perfect word is humbling. You know, Nick, last week you flashed some notable stats and some cool statistics when it came to, you know, he's the fastest to do this. He's the first to do that. And I mean, it was all on and on and on and on and on. I mean, he had like 10 or 11 categories that he definitely owned. Yep. So the way he lost last night and the way Todd Bowles and that defense made him and his guys look, you got to say that it was humbling. This is a team for the past couple years have been on a roller coaster, but riding high. They haven't come down yet. They didn't hit that drop yet. Last night was definitely that fall for them, and I think this is going to be humbling, and I think it's going to make them better.
Yeah, I'm going to go tragically nostalgic because it had to remind him, and I know it reminded me, of watching him at Texas Tech. Run around for your life because we can't protect you at all and try to make magic happen. It looked so much like his college film of no time in the pocket, running from one side of the field to the other, and then trying to pull a rabbit out of his hat. So Wilds, for the first time in his pro career, I think he felt like he was back at Texas Tech being coached by Cliff Kingsbury. It was tragically nostalgic.
I was going to text you after that and Ndamukong Suh hit to the head. I felt like you deserved that one, Nick, if it's any consolation. I went with Rodgers-esque. This reminded me of Todd Bowles' defensive plan against the Packers, where we all settled in for a good game. We're like, this is going to be great. And then you look at it like, is this game over already? Todd Bowles, excellent job for 2 MVPs candidates. One guy got the MVP. And, Nick, even worse news over the weekend. Mahomes didn't even come in second. He came in third in MVP. It didn't even make the show. I got to sneak it in there. Yeah. Shout out to Josh Allen. Good job, buddy. Silver medal.
I was waiting till somebody did. All right, guys, let's talk some trash. Tom Brady and the Honey Badger were seen jawing at each other throughout the first half. Ultimately resulted in Matthew getting flagged for unsportsmanlike conduct. All right, Brandon, the trash-talking feud between Brady and Honey Badger was blank.
Predictable. We talked about it last week. You know, who's going to give bulletin board material? I picked the Honey Badger. I just didn't know he was going to do it mid-game, Nick.
Yeah, I went not the actual disrespect. The actual disrespect, and I love Andy Reid, but was the insane use of timeouts at the beginning of this drive. The Bucs were going to go into halftime. They were fine being up 14-6. The Chiefs called 2 timeouts, basically saying, we don't think Tom Brady can drive you down the field. Little did they know the Carl Cheffers crew had far other things in mind with those DPI calls. That was the actual disrespect. The actual disrespect was the timeouts by Andy Reid and company just daring Brady to go down the field.
Here's a hot take. Nick, buddy, I wanted to see more of this. You guys got bullied right away. Early on with Tyreek Hill had his, cut off shirt, and then the Bucs came out in full pads. It just felt like they were ready the whole game, and Tyron's the only guy who's playing. Everyone else, throwing their hands up. Oh, look at what happened. Oh, just wanted to see more fire from the Chiefs. We didn't see it. Maybe on the parade in a few years. Maybe we could run that tape back.
In a few years. Hey, how about that Bucs defense? We've been talking about it all morning. A performance for the ages. Our guy Brandon predicted this on Friday. Great outing. True. Sacked Mahomes 3 times, hit him 8 times, picked him off twice. Hey, Brandon, Todd Bowles' coaching performance in Super Bowl 55 was blank.
Legendary. Not because of how they won, but it's who they beat and how they did it. I mean, think about it. It's Andy Reid on the other side. Hall of Fame coach, super creative, one of the greatest offensive minds out there. You have this guy right here, Patrick Mahomes, the baby GOAT, and then you have Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, who's 99 rated on Madden, and they're potentially the best receiver tight end duo ever. So when you think about how they did it, he made them look like Lake Howell High School in Orlando, Florida. That's what he did to this team. This offensive group, who's potentially the best that's ever done it. Legendary.
Yeah, I said Wilt's 100-point game, and here's why. Whenever there is an NBA record or near record, there's always, like, at the bottom of the screen, aside from Wilt, aside from his 100-point game, aside from Wilt Chamberlain. And this is now what it's going to be for Patrick Mahomes. Anytime he has a bad game, it's going to be, that's the worst game of his career aside from Super Bowl 55. Yeah. That's the biggest loss of his career aside from Super Bowl 55. It's the least efficient he's been aside from Super Bowl 55. In every category, not only was this the worst offensive performance from the Chiefs under Mahomes, but I imagine it will be the worst for years to come. So it's Wilt's 100-point game, Wild. It's going to live on for years and years and years.
All right, I went with a heated seat. It's not a hot seat, it's just a heated seat. And Todd Bowles being available for a head coaching job makes me think that GMs and owners have to have a conversation today. Like, are we sure we love our coach? So I just saw this guy shut down Patrick Mahomes, saw him shut down Drew Brees. Aaron Rodgers played okay, threw 3 interceptions. So I think someone's looking around, not 3 this time. I think someone's looking around and saying, maybe Todd Bowles should be our head coach. I think you've got to have those conversations if you're not in love with your coach today.
All right, moving on. The compatriots congratulated Tom Brady last night on Twitter. A little awkward for Bill Belichick, perhaps, who could have used a Tom Brady this year after he let that Tom Brady walk last year. So, Brandon, Tom Brady winning his Super Bowl with the Bucs should have Belichick feeling blank. Be honest.
He should be proud. He drafted him. He developed him.
That's nice.
I mean, this guy picked him in the 6th round with the 199th pick. Like, this dude should be proud. This is his baby. But obviously, all of us on television is going to talk about who was more important, Bill Belichick or Tom Brady. Bill Belichick right now is like, you know what? That's my guy.
Yeah, Brandon, that's a very nice answer. It's also the absolute wrong answer. You know how Bill Belichick should be feeling today? Like me.
Let's hear it.
Bill Belichick should be feeling just the way I feel. Like a total bleeping moron. That's how he should feel. Exactly how I feel. Just stupid. Angry at yourself, regretting a lot of decisions, rehashing things, saying every decision I've ever made in my life has led me to this moment sitting here today. Bill Belichick, he wanted to stay. And by the way, Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, new Hall of Famer John Lynch, shouldn't be feeling so hot either, as this offseason, that's where Brady wanted to go, and they're like, no, let's stick with Jimmy G. So they should all be feeling like me, just stupid and angry. But they're not broke. I'm broke right now.
All right, I went with motivated.
I love it.
Here's the weirdest thing about it.
What?
It's been 18 months since Tom Brady put his Massachusetts house up for sale. He went and played a full season with the Patriots, and now he won the Super Bowl. Patriots still do not know who their quarterback is going to be next year. It's been a long time. So when you saw the house go up for sale, and we wrote all the articles, Bill Belichick should have had some plan. Right now, I do not know who's going to be the Patriots quarterback. We've got to figure it out soon because I'm starting to get quite nervous, to be honest with you, Brandon. Well, I think maybe he's happy. Your old buddy Kevin Wild's pretty nervous.
Listen, after hearing all this, after watching all that, maybe the Patriot way was the Brady way after all. But back to last night's game. Did the Bucs win it or did the Chiefs lose it? We will ask, we will answer. It'll be next. This is First Things First.